Maybe you and I need to have a two-man draft, two-person draft, and then write out the players we drafted.
A two-man draft and then write about the players we drafted. I don't know if we're going to do that now, but Doc, it is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We're the GOATs, man. We're the OGs. Tell the people we just listened to right there about the two-man draft.
Well, about 5 years ago, I was asleep in my bed, and I apparently was talking in my sleep. And I was not just talking in my sleep. I was planning out a whole thing with Matt Straub, my former podcast partner, and I was dreaming about doing a two-man draft. And in the middle of me talking, my wife got her phone out and hit record on the voice recorder and actually recorded that. So the next day when I woke up, she's like, "You ready for your two-man draft?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she played the recording for me. And that was actually me in my sleep saying, maybe we should do a two-man draft and then talk about the players that we draft. And so the fact that she recorded that and still has it on her phone and we were able to use it today is very exciting for me, Rick. I love that.
I do too. And you actually did a two-man draft with Straub, didn't you?
We did do a two-man draft. We did. And it was fantastic. And we're about to do another. I'm about to do my second ever two-man draft right now.
Yeah, and that's tremendous ball busting by Casey to do it that way, and like ask you, hey, you're ready for your draft, and then play the sound. That's very crafty by Casey. I like that. I like that a lot.
I can't believe she taped it. Like, hopefully Andre will play it again at some point, but it's pretty funny, pretty good.
So so this is
two-man draft, two-person draft, and then write out the players we drafted.
I mean, you're in meeting mode. You're in boardroom mode in the middle of the night while sleeping. I love that. That's Doc sleeping. That's like, Doc, does fantasy ever sleep?
No, it doesn't. And this would be my first official draft since my baseball drafts. So I'm actually, this will be good prep for you and I probably both have a boatload of football drafts coming up pretty soon. And then after that, we'll have a boatload of basketball drafts coming. So this is sort of like the kickoff to draft season.
I just had a thought. Let's kick this around, you, me, and Andre. Maybe you and I should do a two-man draft and just see how those decisions go, like with current players. I don't know. Maybe we should do that. I'm just saying, because we're going to do that right now for the all-time players: Kareem, Magic, Wemby, Luka, Bird, everybody. We're going to do that right now.
We could even do a three-man draft because our boy Brewski is coming back pretty soon. We can do a three-man draft. We can do a two-man draft. But yeah,
that sounds like a Friday show. I like the three-man draft better. Although the two-man draft thing, it's almost becoming a cliche at this point. So maybe I don't know. Maybe we honor that. But I do like bringing Brew in and doing a three-man draft. I do like that. I did, and maybe that's a Friday joint when Brew's back with us. All right, Doc. So let's get into this and let's explain with the people what's going on. First of all, I want to let you guys know this is the Fantasy NBA Today. Not every one of our episodes will be available live on Twitter. We really appreciate you guys watching us live on Twitter. You're very important to us. Keep doing it. But just know that not every offseason episode will be available on this platform. Please make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast feed. Catch every episode and stay in the loop. Apple, Spotify, our YouTube channel. Check it all out and subscribe to it and get hooked up over there. Now, a couple of like rules of engagement before we get in to the all-time fantasy draft. Arguably the greatest draft ever done because you have the two GOATs of fantasy basketball, Rick Kamla, Steve Alexander, and you have a two-man draft with us live. Nobody's ever done this before, of every single player in NBA history, going back to George Mikan if we want to take him, okay? You can't. That's this draft. So we're going to go by Yahoo's regular format. Point guard, shooting. I mean, not in order, right? But this is the team we're filling. Shooting, pardon me. Point guard, shooting guard, guard, small forward, power forward, forward, center, center, flex, flex. Standard, we've played it this way for a million years. We'll keep doing it this way. And for position eligibility, is Andre always our judge, always our shepherd, our chaperone, our captain, all the other stuff. He said, just be reasonable. Okay, so don't put Kareem at small forward, and we'll be good. But yeah, Doc. Okay, so one thing that we have not determined here:
draft order.
Who gets the first pick? It just hit me that we have not determined this. Andre, do you have a quarter on you in Latvia that you want to flip?
Oh, you got the first pick. Damn it.
He said he just flipped. Okay. I'm going Wilt, baby. Come on, man. I'm going Wilt. First pick, baby. I'm going with 100-point Wilt, 50-point, 25 rebound Wilt, baby. With 4 dimes, the best PRA of all time. Oh yeah, this is good.
This is a two-center, two-man draft. We need 2 centers.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to take 2 centers, I believe. Although, do I really want to do that? No. I you know me. I like taking my guys and having fun. I'm not taking 2 centers. I'm going to relive the 1983 draft. I'm going to go Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Dude, I like it. What draft did you say you were reliving?
Whatever draft those 2 were in. Or they weren't in the same draft.
No, they were in the same draft. 83. It's hitting me right now. I'm 99% sure that's the 83 draft. It went Hakeem, then Bowie, then Jordan. Right. 84. Yeah, I think like the drafts that like immediately come to mind. There was a draft like either 1960 or 61. It had like Baylor and Wilt and guys like that. I forget the exact year. 84 was a monstrous draft. 96, monstrous draft. 2003, monstrous draft. And that's all I got on that for right now. Damn,
Sam
Jordan
Bowie,
and Hakeem.
Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. It still sends shivers up my spine to this day thinking about that. It's crazy.
All right. So Wilt is off the board. Jordan off the board. Olajuwon off the board. Woo! Who is next for the Cam Man? Actually, I get 2 picks here, right? Okay. It's pretty easy. I'm not going by my draft list here. There's already a deviation from my draft list.
Caution to the wind.
Doc is chalky here with his draft list. I'm about to go off my draft list. I've got Kareem at number 4, and all the reasons I explained. I'm sitting with those. Okay. However, I've got LeBron at number 2, so I'll take LeBron here. All right. I'm going to put Bron.
I was really hoping to pair LeBron with Michael Jordan. That would have been fun.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for you. But let's see here. Let's go. I'm going to put James on my list. I'm going to put LeBron at small forward. I mean, I got Wilt and Bron. Come on, man. I can't lose. And I'm going Wemby. I'm going Wemby because I knew Doc was going to take Wemby on the next pick. And I am challenging Doc. He's not even going to remember who I ranked over Victor Wembanyama when we did the show a couple of days ago, or yes, I don't even damn remember. But I have a feeling he's going to fade the guy that I'm fading right now, and I'm going to get that same guy anyway. So I'm playing a draft game right now. I want Wemby on my team, dude. Dude, I got Wemby and Wilt. I have the greatest stat man in league history, and I have the greatest stat line in league history. Let's go. Wemby, baby.
I'm going Jokic. Jokic and Hakeem are my big men. I like that. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put Luka at point guard. Luka and MJ and Hakeem and Jokic running out there together. Can you imagine?
You suck. You suck for the Luka pick. You do. Whew, these teams are badass, dude. Doc's got Luka, Jordan, Hakeem, and Jokic. My God. Holy cow. I've got LeBron, Wilt, and Wemby. I like your team better so far. I don't have a PG or an SG yet. I know what I'm doing. I got a fancy little plan here, Doc. I'm going to put Magic Johnson at my point. And again, I'm going different from my draft list here.
No, you had Magic rated low, didn't you? Like,
I behind Curry, Durant, West, Pettit, Elgin, Oscar, Bird. Sorry, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. But I will go. Dude, look,
Magic's your boy, dude.
Magic's my boy. I gotta have. I gotta have him.
The Magic Man on the fantasy television show that you did 30 years ago was because of Magic Johnson. That was your guy.
My favorite athlete of all time. Doc brought that back for our podcast here. We do, don't we do a Magic Man thing, or did we scrap that? I can't remember. I thought we did one.
Now we do a Magic Man thing during the season.
Yes. So, I mean, and look, it's like, it's the draft, right? I'm kind of looking at this like, all right, I need some guards here. So, and I need some dimes. I think Magic Johnson has the highest assist average of all time at like 11.5 or something like that. So, career stat line is a big deal for me in these conversations because now we're going head to head. I may run the numbers on this, Doc. I may do like a PRA count. And maybe I don't know, like it's going to be hard because if we take the old timey guys where you don't have those numbers. Anyway, I'll take Magic at point, and I'm going to merge Magic, the greatest point guard of all time, with the greatest shooter of all time, Steph Curry. So I'm going to put Curry. I'm going to put Curry at the 2. And so now my team looks like Magic, Curry, guard spot open. I got Bron, Wilt, and Wemby. Doc's got Luka, Jordan, Hakeem, and Jokic, and he is back on the clock.
Well, I'm going forward right here. Lawrence Bird is now off the board. Give me some Larry. And I'm going to pair him with a little Kevin Durant at power forward. Bird and Durant. Wouldn't that be nice?
Bro. Doc building a juggernaut over here, man. Damn, dude. All right, I got to go. It's just we're getting late here. I got to go Kareem. No more like I shouldn't say fanboy, but no, I don't need any justification for taking Magic Johnson in the all-time fantasy draft. But just saying here. So I've taken Kareem. I now have Wilt, Wemby, and Kareem. Feel pretty good about that. Now, where do I want to go next? Dr. A. We have reached kind of the I need some goodies here.
I have 2 guys circled. Please don't take one of them.
This is tough. I want to take old-timey guys, but at the same time, I don't want to take old-timey guys because their stats are hard to navigate at this point.
Pettit. Take your boy Pettit.
I can't take there's another guy on the board that I need some dimes. I got LeBron. I need some dimes here, man. I need some dimes as I'm building this squad right here. I'm going to take Russell Westbrook. I'm going to throw Russ at my guard spot. So there you go. I'm taking Russ. Taking the triple-double king on my squad. And Russ is another one of my guys. So, dude, I love this team. I got Magic, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook.
I love my team so much.
We gotta have we gotta have people weigh in on this. Like, which team do you like better? I got Magic, Curry, Westbrook, Bron, Wilt, Wemby, Kareem. Doc's got Luka, Jordan, Bird, Durant, Hakeem, and Jokic, and he's back on the clock.
I'm going to take two of the greatest players to ever play basketball. Kobe Bryant is going to play with Luka and MJ and Larry Bird. That's nasty, dude. And then we're going to throw maybe the greatest power forward of all time. Timmy Duncan is going to go hang out with Larry and Kevin Durant, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Nikola Jokic. That's nasty.
So you got Kobe and you got Duncan.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Only two left for me.
Yeah, you got two left, and I've got Interesting, Doc.
I am assist. I'm lacking in assists.
Kind of looking at that category right now as well. Wait a second. Yeah, again, the old-timey guys are throwing me off here. It's just hard. But you know what? First of all, Doc, I gotta take. I'm going to throw some David Robinson at you.
Ouch.
And I'm going to put him in my flex. It's just, I'm looking at like value. He's pretty high on my board, and he's still there. I got to take him.
He was the highest player on my board.
But now okay, I got this. I got my next pick. I'm taking Kevin Garnett. I'm putting him at the power forward, my man KG. And I have one pick left. So I've got Magic, Curry, Westbrook, LeBron, Garnett, Wilt, Wemby, Kareem, David Robinson. Doc, give him your list, and then give us your last two picks here.
At point guard, I have Luka Doncic. At shooting guard, I have Michael Jordan. At guard, I have Kobe Bryant. At small forward, I have Larry Bird. Power forward, I have Kevin Durant. Actually, let's put Tim Duncan at power forward. Kevin Durant is my forward. Hakeem Olajuwon, I like to spell it with an A without the H because that's the way he and I used to deal with each other back in the day. And then Nikola Jokic is my other center to go with Hakeem. Dude, I'm telling you, the only thing missing from my team is assists and Kareem. I wanted to have Kareem go in as a utility on this team. I also wanted to pair LeBron and Michael Jordan together, but you stopped me from doing that. But man, this is silly how good how good these two teams look and how easy this is to do because like we're just talking about the greatest players that ever lived. I need assists badly. I'm going to take prime Chris Paul as one of my utility players. And I still think like I'm good in, I mean, I've got 3-point shooters on this team. I could use some more threes, but between Luka, Bird, and Durant and Kobe, and and Chris Paul, I'm not great in threes, but I should be able to hang a little bit. The last pick of the greatest of all time 2-man draft. I'm gonna build a little bit more on threes. I'm gonna go with Dirk Nowitzki with my last pick.
Okay, so your fifth to last pick. Andre has just added 4 rounds to our draft for our bench, and I think it's absolutely brilliant. So we're going to keep going here because I'm having fun with this.
This is going This is going faster than I think we thought it would. So we need to talk.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all good because I want to go back here and we're kind of look. I don't think you can. You know, people they're here watching a draft. They want to see a draft. They don't. So we can go do the paragraphs that meet the player. I think afterward here. But people want popcorn popping right now with the draft. So Doc's got Luka, Jordan, Kobe, Bird, Durant, Duncan, Hakeem, Jokic, Paul, Nowitzki. I've got Magic, Curry, Westbrook, LeBron, KG, Wilt, Wemby, Kareem, and David Robinson. So I will go. This is the last pick of my starting five. And then I'll give you the first pick of my bench, Dr. A. All right. You know, I know that I do this stuff for myself, right? So I know people are going to hate my draft because I'm going to start taking old timey guys, and they're going to be like, "Who is that? What did he do? It doesn't matter. He's old. He played before 19. He played before 2000, so it doesn't matter. I don't care." I'm going to take Elgin Baylor and put him at my forward spot. Double middle finger salute to all you haters.
Elgin Baylor, baby. That's so awesome. Like, it'd be cool if one of Elgin Baylor's like grandchildren were watching this, be like, "Hey, they just took my grandpa."
Elgin. Dude, there's like Prince, Pele, Elgin. You don't need Baylor. You don't need Baylor. Anyway. I was going to get on to you, but I'm in a good mood, so I won't. All right, now, Doc. All right, so now we have reached the bench portion of this, okay? And so if I'll give you a quick thing on Elgin, okay? Elgin is one of the all-time leaders in PRA. He's like third all-time in PRA. His PRA was 44. 44, that's it. That's all. Wiltz was 57. Bob Pettit's is 55, and then Elgin was coming in at like 44. So don't sleep. Elgin Baylor's stats were amazing. BasketballReference.com. Go check it out. You young people out there, and get a little bit educated on this stuff, or you can just listen to us. All right, Doc. I'm hemming and hawing here a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. I can't. I got to go logo. I'm going Jerry West. Again, y'all hate on my team. Always taking all these old guys that don't matter anymore. Yeah, they do matter. Their stats, there were games that were played, and you're wrong. Okay. All right, go ahead, Doc. I got Jerry West on my bench, and I'm feeling good about that.
I have a question for you. How do you feel about the Westbrook pick?
I'm sure people are hating it because people hate Westbrook, blah, 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 blah.
You love Westbrook. Like, I feel like you love Westbrook. Like, he's your guy. Is it the PRA that, like, you love his crazy PRA for 4 out of those 5 years?
Great. So yeah, and it's 21, 7, and 8 for his career. That includes even these last years where he's been a bench player and all that. That's a PRA of 36. Okay. Bird's PRA was 40. LeBron and Jordan's PRA was 41. Westbrook's at 36. Are we mad at Westbrook? Westbrook's 5 off of MJ and LeBron in PRA. 5. Are we mad at him? I'm not mad at him. I mean, 21, 7, and 8, man. Come on. That's a PRA of 36, which is all-time great level. 1.6 steals, 1.1 threes. So I'm sure people are hating on the Westbrook pick. I'm sure they are. I knew when I took him, but I'm building a team here, guys. I'm building a team here. So I've got Magic. I got my dimes there. I got Westbrook. I got dimes there. LeBron. I got dimes there. I'm getting 5 dimes from KG. I'm getting 4 from Elgin. I'm getting 4 from Wilt. I'm getting about 4 from Wemby, 3 from Kareem, 4 from David. He ain't beat me assists that way. Blocks. Sorry. I mean, I've got David Robinson, Kareem, Wemby, Wilt, KG, and I don't think my guy can hang with that, and he can't. So I'm looking good in assists, looking good in blocks. Steals, I'm not sure yet. Points, I don't know. Doc's looking pretty good in the point category, but so am I. I got Will. Anyway, who cares? We can get into all that stuff in a minute. But let's get back to our draft here, Doc. You are up with your first 2 bench picks.
I feel like we did not talk about a player the other day when we were breaking down our favorite, well, our all-time list. I don't feel like we talked about a guy, and that guy is going to end up on my team. I just don't know if I want to take him right now. I'm going to go with 2 guys we talked about on Monday, was it? I'm going to go prime T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. And I'm going to go with Allen Iverson. Your team is going to kill me in assists and blocks for sure. You have Wemby. I can't win blocks. You have Wemby and Wilt. Who knows how many shots Wilt Chamberlain blocked in his career?
You hurt me with the Iverson pick. You hurt me with the Iverson pick. Dude, I'm so dumb. I should have taken Iverson because there's no way you're going to take West or Baylor or any of these guys. You're not taking them.
Or Westbrook, for that matter.
That sucks. I gotta take Oscar. Here again. What you taking these old dusty guys? Oscar Robertson. I don't know what was his PRA. I got it right here. Oscar, and all we have is PRA on the old guys. Just a PRA of 42. That's all. Like 4th best all time. 26, 7, and 9. 26, 7, and 9. That is better than LeBron James. Okay, in PRA by 1. So I'm taking Oscar, and I'm making no apologies about it. The guy was the first player to ever average a triple-double for a season. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And Doc, there is a player that is feeling very, very disrespected right now, and he's about to be pulled off the board as I try to just dominate the block category and completely, take out any signs of life on the other side with that. Shaquille O'Neal. We have not brought Shaq's name into this yet.
I just won free throw percentage. Thank you very much.
I don't care. You can have it.
You're punting free throws.
Have it. I always punt free throw percentage. And I got Wilt, homie. I got Wilt, homie. You can have that category.
Hey, break down the Shaq pick as Shaq.
Kamla juice. Tell them why you just took me. Well, Shaq, first of all, you kind of fell far in this draft. And I apologize for that, but we are talking about the all-time great. So is that copacetic with you so far? No, it's not at all. I'm better than all these guys, but go on. All right. I understand that, Shaq. So the reason I just took Shaq, let's see here. I'm bring back Shaq with this. Shaq, I want you to talk about your numbers here. My numbers were incredible. 24 points a game, 11 rebounds a game, 2 assists per game, 2.3 blocks per game, 0.6 steals per game. Don't forget about that. I didn't hit threes and I didn't make free throws, but I made them when they counted. Shaq, I'm looking at your PRA, and it's a pretty good comp with Kareem. You were at 24 points, Kareem at 22, both at 11 boards, I'm looking at Hakeem's line. I'm screwed up here. Here's Kareem. Shaq, 24 points. Kareem, 24 points. Kareem, 11 rebounds and 3 assists. Shaq, 11 rebounds and 2 assists. Kareem, 2.6 blocks. Shaq, 2.3 blocks. Kareem, 0.9 steals. Kind of impressive all those years. And 0.6 steals for Shaq. Those numbers are mirror image. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the GOAT. I'm the number 2 GOAT. Thank you for drafting me, Ken. Thank you for taking me off the list. Screw you, Doc, for fading me and punting me and doubting me this whole draft. Screw you. It's Shaq.
my favorite Shaqism is I couldn't hit free throws, but I made them one. I made them when it counted.
That's what he said. That's what he said. But I made them when they counted. He's not wrong, dude. He's not wrong. I would love to see Shaq's free throw percentage in the final 2 minutes of playoff games. I would. Andre may. He may. Could you just ask AI that? I got me and AI are in a bad way after the LeBron thing. Remember it said LeBron was third all time in rebound. I'm pissed at AI right now. AI told me that LeBron is third all time in rebounds. And I went to the air with it. I'm like, as I said it, I'm like, no, he's not. It's Wilt, it's Russell, it's Kareem. That's your 3-pack on top of the rebound board.
I wonder if AI was counting like playoff games as well or something. It's possible.
It's possible. I have another question. People say AI a lot, right? AI, artificial intelligence, it's a big deal in the world right now, right? I wonder if Allen Iverson's ear tickles every time somebody says AI, because he's AI, right? Like they jacked his name, his initials, bro. They jacked it. Anyway.
Well, luckily, he's also the answer, ironically. That's kind of weird because you ask artificial intelligence a question and it gives you an answer. That's kind of weird. I have AI on my team, by the way. So, hello. All right. I am going to take with the whatever pick it is in this 2-man draft, a guy that we did not talk about in our all-time rankings, and a guy who may give me a little boost and assists and maybe make that the swing category here. I'm taking your guy, Isaiah Thomas. One of the greatest point guards of all time. I don't care if Jordan hates him. It's going to be interesting to see Jordan. It's going to be interesting to see a locker room that has Luka, Jordan, Kobe, Bird, Iverson, and Isaiah Thomas in it. Like, that's going to be wild. Like, we're probably going to have guys getting, team suspensions every week on this team. There's going to be so many fights in the locker room. It's going to be ridiculous. But so I've got Isaiah Thomas to bolster my point guard crew. And then I'm going to take possibly the most underrated all-time great fantasy player there ever was, Shawn Marion. For like 5 years in a row, Shawn Marion was an absolute monster. There were steals and blocks and threes and points and rebounds and assists and everything else. Shawn Marion is my last pick.
I love it, dude. I love it. This is so much fun. Guys, it's the Fantasy NBA today. It is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We're the greatest to ever do this thing called fantasy basketball. I invented it. We popularized it, and we're still doing it here on Sports Ethos Fantasy Basketball. It shows the Fantasy NBA today. Please subscribe to our podcast feed, the Fantasy NBA today. We'd really appreciate that. And download our app. Go to your app store. It's very important right now, okay? You're playing fantasy baseball, okay? Major League Baseball. You need news, pitchers, who's in, who's out, who's doing well, who's not going to play, who got hurt last night, all that stuff. NFL, training camps going on. Unfortunately, injuries are happening. Guys are sucking. Guys are playing well. It's all there, okay? NBA, a little quiet right now in the NBA world, all right? But we have NBA blurbs as well. Anytime any news pops up, I mean, if Pete Nance goes from a two-way here to a two-way over here, I know our boys are going to be on that Pete Nance two-way news, and you will find that out. We have reached the last pick in the draft. Go ahead.
Rick, you know what else we got a good handle on is weather. And I think for football season, weather is an underrated fantasy knowledge piece. And we've got a dude that writes only about the weather when it comes to fantasy and the outlooks for the upcoming games and the weeks. And that is another good reason to be plugged into what we're doing. And while we're at it, go to our YouTube page and subscribe so we can keep doing this because this is fun. All right, I'm done.
The last pick in the draft. Look, I'm literally. I want to take you into my thinking with this. I definitely wanted to take Iverson here. Doc ruined that dream. Should have taken AI before. There's no way he was taking Jerry West. I should have. I'm pissed about that, but I'll get over it. This pick for me comes down between two of my boys, Doc, Rick Barry and Charles Barkley. I'm dear friends with both. I used to host a Sirius XM NBA radio show with Rick Barry called In the Paint. All right. This was back in like 2007. It was the first year of NBA radio, bro. The first year. Justin Termini, who now is their top guy. He and Isola are their top guys. Justin does the afternoon show. Frank does the morning show. I was the number 3 guy doing the midday show with Antonio Daniels. And so I love Justin. Justin was the producer of that show. Justin is the previous best producer I have had to Andre Lemouche. And I know he's blushing and stopped talking about me, but Andre's the best producer I've ever had. Justin Termini was number 2. His rundowns were a work of art, bro. And obviously so are Andre's. So Rick Barry and I did that show. Check this out, dude. Ala Abdelnabi was the fill-in for either of us if one of us was out. Okay. And I'm homies with Allah. Like, he's a dear friend of mine. He's now the TV analyst for the Philadelphia 76ers. And I'm so proud of him and so happy for his success. So I'm still in touch with Rick Barry. I could text him right now and say, yo, Rick, I'm deciding between you and Charles Barkley with the last pick in the all-time fantasy draft. And he would, I mean, he's as serious as a heart attack, right? He'll be like, well, take me. There's no question that you should take me over Charles. And he would literally analytically break down all of the reasons why I should take him over Charles. I love Rick Barry, dude. Dude, let me tell you guys something about Rick Barry. Rick Barry is such a badass gangster. Okay. This dude does not give a single you-know-what about what you think. Okay. Rick Barry's Rick Barry. Remember the Dave Chappelle thing where he goes, I'm Rick James, bitch. Remember that thing? Like Rick Barry's like, he's just got that. Like, I'm Rick Barry. This is it. It's what you get. Love Rick Barry. Okay. He's a man's man, and the guy was a stud. So now let me sell you on his numbers here, Doc. Rick Barry had a better PRA than Kobe Bryant. Okay. 25-7-5. Kobe, 25-5-5. To give you an idea, Rick Barry, one of the best guards of all time. Many of you don't really know a lot about him. That's where we come in. Half a block a game, 2 steals per game from Rick Barry. 2 steals. 2.6 threes. 3-ball wasn't really a thing yet back then. He would have been a great 3-point shooter. For a game. Like, Rick Barry could shoot the hell out the ball. So I haven't made the pick yet. Rick Barry, 25-7-5. Charles Barkley, 22-12-4. 0.8 blocks, 1.5 steals, 0.5 threes. I am going to go with Rick Barry because I need a guard. So that's the deciding factor here between him and I also need some steals. I wanted Iverson for the steals, right? 2.2 for his career. Rick Barry's at 2 steals for his career. Okay. Jerry West was a great steal guy, by the way. Most of you wouldn't know this or whatever, but he was. But Rick Barry was a tremendous steal guy as well. So, Doc, my 2 flexes were Kareem and David Robinson. So I feel like I'm a little light on guard with my starting lineup. Then I went West a guard, Oscar a guard, Shaq, and then I wanted to go back to a guard spot to give myself some more insulation. So that's why I just picked Rick Barry over Charles Barkley. And Barkley was sort of the last man off for me. Who was the last man off for you? Like, when you made the Marion pick, who would have been that last guy? I'm just curious. This is the waiver wire now on the all-time fantasy draft. We have reached the waiver wire. Charles Barkley's on the waiver wire.
I'm going to pretend that Larry Bird has a concussion right now because he just dove on the floor and smashed his head into it and stayed in the game. And I'm going to guess that Luka's got a bum ankle because he usually does. I've got 2 openings because my injured list is full. I want with the 2 guys I really wanted, but I didn't have room for are Gerald Wallace, who's one of my all-time favorite fantasy players. He's just fun, man. Gerald Wallace, look him up. Look at his game log and his stat line. Like there was a 3-year window there where he was just a monster. And then your guy, my guy, Chris Webber, man, I love C Webb. I wish I had room for him on this team, but I don't. Who are the next two guys that you would have taken?
Barkley and Bob Pettit.
Yeah,
they're the only guys left in my top 25. So it would have been Barkley and Pettit. Okay, so let's kind of recap this a little bit. Give me your favorite pick of the draft.
Oh.
For you. Okay, what was your favorite pick? When you look at your team, what are you like? Yes. Like what gets you geeked when you look at your team?
When I look at my team and I see Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Larry Bird all lined up in a row at shooting guard, guard, and small forward, I get fired up, bro. And then I got the Luka and Jokic are boys. Like they finally get to play together. There's the thing I don't like about my team, honestly, is Chris Paul. Like I'm not a Chris Paul guy. I wish I would have taken Iverson and Isaiah and taken my boy Sean Marion instead of Chris Paul. Would you like to trade for Chris Paul?
I'm good. I'm good.
No, but when I look at my team and I see MJ, Kobe, and Bird, I mean that is as royalty as it gets in the NBA. Like those three names, like that is just stupid.
I'm so glad I asked. That was a great answer. For me, it's Wilt and Wemby, dude. I got Wilt and Wemby. That excites me. I look at I got Wilt and Wemby. I feel like I'm walking out of this draft with a puffy chest, Doc. I'm ready for battle, bro.
Possibly the two greatest fantasy players of all time, right there. If fantasy was around when Wilt was playing, he would have been outlawed. Like some of those games he had were just incredible. Some of those seasons that he had, didn't he average 50 for a season or something?
Mm-hmm. He did.
Like, come
50
on.
In a season. Yeah, just ridiculous. So let's go through these a little bit.
Rick.
Yeah.
What if I package Allen Iverson with Chris Paul?
For who?
I don't know.
I could trade you Shaq and I could trade you Barry pretty hugged up on the rest of my guys. I'll give you Shaq and Barry for Paul and Iverson. I
can't do it, dude. I was a never Shacker. I never ever I never ever had Shaq on my team because back then I was playing a lot of Roto because that's all we really knew. When I first started playing fantasy basketball, like head to head wasn't even really a thing in my world back then. So we were just playing Roto. And if you had Shaq, you were taking an automatic 1 in free throws, and I just could never do it.
Did you guys not learn anything from me? I mean, we did the category thing, the head-to-head thing. We did not start this with the Roto thing, but the Roto thing was big. Fantasy baseball, it went to fantasy basketball, and I get it. Okay, so no trade right there. So Doc's team: Luka, Jordan, Kobe. Okay, make an evaluation. Maybe write it down. Like, what do you guys think? Who has the better team? Let's get into that right now. Luka, Jordan, Kobe, Bird, Durant, Duncan, Hakeem, Jokic, Paul, Nowitzki, T-Mac, Iverson, Isaiah Thomas, and Sean Marion. Pretty freaking good. My squad: Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook. I know you hate it. I love it. LeBron James, Kevin Garnett, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, Victor Wembanyama, Kareem, David Robinson, Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Shaq, and Rick Barry. Okay. It's going to be somewhat difficult to do this, right? Let's look at the 3 category, Doc. How many threes is my boy Doc getting over here? I don't know. Bird didn't hit threes really. Kobe was 1.4 per game. That's it. 1.4 per game for Kobe. That's why I think Kobe's a little overrated fantasy wise. 1.4 steals, 1.4 threes. That doesn't work for me. When you're talking about, some of the guys he goes up against head to head.
Bird was the most dominant 3-point shooter of his era. And you're like, Bird doesn't hit threes. And it's true.
Well,
it's
he
a
had
different
0.7
era.
a game.
Yeah.
Like Evan Mobley last year hit 1.2.
Yeah.
And Bird was at 0.7 for his career. He averaged more blocks, 0.8, than threes.
That's the greatest trivia question ever, by the way.
Dude, make money on that at Johnny B's or Underground.
Larry Bird averaged more blocks per game than he did 3-pointers. Like, that is an unbelievable statistic.
Find the drunk guy and say, and then act drunk too. You got to act drunk too, right? Otherwise, he's going to think you're baiting him and go like, I think Larry Bird averaged more blocks than threes in his career. What? You're crazy. Let's put 20 on this. Boom. You're drinking free for the next, probably the rest of the night. At Johnny B's, I bet you $20 goes pretty far at Deloniga. Am I right?
Gets you a long way over there at Johnny B's. That's right.
Down here at Clearwater Beach, $20 ain't getting you very far, but in Deloniga, oh yeah, you could make some hay. You could play some golden tea. You could drink some beers. You'd be fine. I think in 3 balls, Doc, because it's so hard with the old guys, and I took a lot of bigs. KG, Braun. You got me in threes. I will give you that. So I can just tell right now. Okay, Doc's got threes. Cam's got blocks. Steals. Let's look at assists here first.
I really stepped up my assist game at the end of this draft.
I don't know, though. I got Magic. I got Westbrook. I got Braun at 7 a game. I kind of went through that, right? West was at like 6 or 7. Oscar was at like 9. Rick Barry was at like 5. I don't know. Like I don't know if you agree, but I think I like my assist look a little better.
Oh, no. I got Luka, Bird, Chris Paul, Isaiah Thomas, Sean Marion, Allen Iverson. I mean,
I'll give you 5. I'll give you Marion wasn't an assist guy like that. I'll give you 5 on that. Like 5 legit assist guys. I had Magic, Westbrook. I'm not even counting Curry. So that's 2. LeBron is 3. Oscar's 4, and then maybe Curry's like the half. So we're pretty close in assists, actually. We're pretty close in assists. I don't know how to do that. This is hard. I think we kind of need to. What is going on here?
We need to let Andre run these through his algorithm and tell us who won. Like,
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way we're really going to be able to figure this out, because we're kind of like thumbnailing right now. But what was the? So I'm gonna pull out of this. We're just kind of guessing here. I don't know. I don't feel like doing that anymore. Who's the one guy you wanted on your team you didn't get?
Excluding, I said Gerald Wallace and Chris Webber. Outside of those,
but
guys,
I mean, within the meat of the draft, who was the one guy that burned you? Oh man,
that you took that I wanted. I think it's LeBron. I wanted to put LeBron with Kobe and Michael Jordan. I'll take Larry Bird. What the hell? I'm all right.
So why didn't you go Jordan and LeBron when you went Jordan and Olajuwon? Why didn't you go Bron there?
Because it's a 2-center league, and I felt like I needed. I was thinking about going Akeem and Jokic, or Akeem and Kareem. I was thinking about going center, but I just felt like I needed to get a top-notch center. Kareem Olajuwon, Mr. Quadruple double, one of the greatest players of all time. I felt like going center there. I could have gone LeBron and Jordan, though. That would have made it happen. But I wanted Akeem. Akeem's my guy.
What a fantasy player, man. I mean, nobody's going to say you made a bad pick there. The guy that It's Luka. I knew when I took Wemby, I knew you were going to take Jokic. So I made that decision, and I love Jokic, and he looked great on my team. But because at the time too, I needed a guard, right? And I wanted to go Magic and Luka on you. I wanted Magic, Luka, and do that to you, but I wasn't able to do that. That was a good pick, taking Luka as high as you did. Guys, so I would say Luka and what was me and Iverson late in the draft. I wanted AI, and I should have taken him over Jerry West. May he rest in peace. Knowing that you weren't going to take Jerry freaking West, I'm smarter than that. I should have known that. Dropped the ball on that a little bit. What did I want to say? I had a thought, and I just lost it.
Rick, I have a quick story. Kind of tell my story real quick.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
In July of 1984, an NBA All-Star team played the U.S. Olympic team in the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis. There were like, I don't know, 70,000 people there. It was the largest crowd to ever witness a basketball game in the United States. I was there. My brother and I were sitting up in the very last row of the Hoosier Dome underneath the one TV screen they had in that building. So we couldn't see what was happening on TV, and the players looked like ants. Like, I couldn't tell if James Worthy was James Worthy or Herb Williams. Like, you couldn't tell what the hell was going on. But after that game, my brother and I went to the Hyatt across the street, and Isaiah Thomas and Mark Aguirre were talking to each other in the lobby. And I went up to Isaiah and I go, "Hey, Isaiah, can I get your shoes?" And he's like, "Yeah." Like, I interrupted his conversation with Aguirre. He kind of looked at me. He's like, yeah. He unzipped his bag and he handed me this Converse. And this is the shoe that he wore in that game, the largest crowd to ever witness a basketball game in the United States. And I have the shoes he wore in that game against Michael Jordan and the Olympic team. Isn't that crazy? And now he's on my team, my all-time fantasy team.
You've never told that story, at least to me. And you've said a lot of stories. And you haven't repeated stories. Repeat stories are a buzzkill. Right? I've already heard this one. You don't do that. Please check me if I do that. Okay, we're getting older here, Doc. We got to look out for each other. I did not know that. That's an absolutely amazing story. And I mean, so me and my brother, okay, we went and bum rushed players to autograph our baseball cards. And we weren't chasing around NFL players or NBA players. We were chasing around MLB players, okay? And it was we were in American League City in Minnesota. So, you know, it was, I don't know, dude. Jack Morris, Kirk Gibson of the Tigers, Cecil Cooper of the Brewers. I don't know, stuff like that, right? The Brewers used to be in the American League. But you were going for shoes, and autographs. Me and my bro were trying to get our baseball cards autographed, and I still have them, dude. And I want to sell them. If your auction house for your shoes goes well, I may want to get their number from you, and see what we can do here. Looking to monetize my collection. It's just sitting around gathering dust, and it's dope. I've got some gems in there, dude. We got some gems in here. I legit can't wait to find out. What are the people saying, by the way? I'm sure the people hate my team because I got old timey guys, and Doc took. I think you've maybe got some bigger names, and you may have the better stat set. I don't know. We just don't know that yet. But I think you've got bigger names. I think you're going to have a catchier team for people. And I'm not saying that your team is worse than mine. You know me, Doc. I don't care about shiny things. I just want goodies. Okay, so Jerry West is not a shiny thing. Elgin Baylor's not a shiny thing. Oscar Robertson, not a shiny thing. But I'm going to take these dudes anyway because it was the right pick.
Yeah, my team, I think, is shiny. Like you hear MJ, Kobe, Bird, Luka, Hakeem, Jokic.
Durant. Everybody loves Durant.
My team sounds ridiculous as far as how this would play out if we actually run it through a system of career numbers against each other. I would not be surprised if this team loses, but I was sort of drafting this team based on these guys in their prime. Like, this is the team I want to put on the court together. So I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer with this thing. It was just fun to do it, and it makes me. This is why you and I love the NBA. It's because of these guys that we just drafted, and even Luka and Jokic. Like today, I mean, I love Luka. I love watching Jokic, and I don't end up with Jokic on many teams, but what he's done over the last 5 years is nothing short of. It's incredible. So. Super fun idea.
I got one more question for you, Doc. I'm looking at your list. I wrote down the other day when we did the show, my ranking, your ranking side by side. You had James Harden at 18, yet you did not draft Jimmy Harden in the all-time fantasy draft. Why not?
I think I had him ranked too high. I needed dimes. I already lost threes. So I took my boy Zeke, took my boy Isaiah Thomas because I got his shoes, and he went to Indiana. And like Isaiah Thomas is one of the first basketball stars that I grew up watching. Like when he played at IU and they won the title. I've got that Sports Illustrated cover over there. He signed that as well. So I felt like I needed to take Isaiah. I think I took Isaiah instead of James Harden. I had Jimmy Harden rated a little bit too high.
Okay. I looked, I was like, because I actually thought about Harden towards the end there, but it came down to Rick Barry and Charles Barkley with my last pick. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, we're about to sign off here. We have just completed the all-time fantasy draft, okay? Like Wilt, Wemby, Elgin, Jordan, everybody, all the greats, the gods, the goats, okay, all just drafted by us. My team, point guard Magic, shooting guard Curry, guard Westbrook, small forward LeBron, power forward Kevin Garnett, forward Elgin Baylor, center Wilt Chamberlain, center Victor Wembanyama, flex Kareem, flex David Robinson, and my bench Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Shaq, and Rick Barry. Doc, one more time for their minds. Give them your team.
Real quick, shout out to my boy Scott Clark. He's listening in his car on his way to Cincinnati right now. Point guard Luka, shooting guard MJ, guard Kobe, small forward Bird, power forward Tim Duncan, forward Kevin Durant, center Akeem Olajuwon, center Nikola Jokic, utility Chris Paul, utility Dirk Nowitzki, bench Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, Isaiah Thomas, Sean Marion.
The Matrix.
I like that a lot.
The Matrix made the draft.
The Matrix.
I love the Matrix, dude. Shoot from down here.
That crazy
weird shot. Mofo went in sometimes though, man. In pretty good corner three.
What was weirder? What was a weirder shot? Sean Marion or Jamal Wilkes?
Jamal had an interesting shot. Remember Bill Cartwright? Bill Cartwright put it right up here and then like double clutched when he shot. I'll give you another one. To me, the most awkward shot of all time is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, but he didn't last very long. But Josh Childress is another guy, Doc. Remember, that thing was like it was like, why? How did you get to the league shooting that way, bro? And he didn't last. What was he? 5, 6, 7
he came in and then he was gone. Gone. He just disappeared
because he couldn't shoot, bro. Because he couldn't shoot. You got to be able to shoot in this league these days. All right. This has been the all-time fantasy draft. I don't know when or how, but we are going to come up with some calculation to try to figure out who won this draft, okay? And it may be controversial because of all these old-timey guys with incomplete stats, okay? Am I going to get penalized for that? If I am, it's going to get controversial around here because we are competitive at the end of the day. But for the best producer in the game, Andre Lemouche, for Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, I am Rick Kamla. Really, really appreciate you guys. And we will see you guys very, very soon on the Fantasy NBA Today. Bye-bye for now.